it's we're approaching the end shortly. And I also wanted your views on behavioral economics, which is something that I train, but I call it invisible selling because I have some other elements to it. So behavioral economics is the science of how people actually behave and then trying to motivate them to do things or influencing them. So what has been your experience with behavioral economics in HR?
See, I've worked a lot with emotional intelligence and largely with the, with one intent of people having resilience and emotional stability to be able to be in the long run in their careers. Because I've seen even in these COVID times that because of the remote thing, sometimes that triggering is happening so easily. The manager does not even know that they've triggered somebody. And then the person is just going out looking for a job. Right? It's so dramatic. Whereas in the earlier times, okay, you would see somebody would sulk, their body language would show, their tone would change, they would avoid you, and you would make out, okay, something is wrong, so let me go correct it and things like that. Now
that real-time thing is missing now.
Yeah, but the consequences are quite high because people are making such important decisions based on such minor, kind of triggers. And so, but the whole question is that we'll come back to catch you, right? If you get triggered so easily and you keep jumping, then long term it kind of has consequences for you. So clearly for me, emotional intelligence is a important element of corporate success. And obviously it is also an opportunity for corporates to do the right kind of a thing. See, sometimes it can be seen as manipulation, but really this is not about manipulating. It's about maximizing our natural abilities to achieve an outcome. And I found that emotions are far more stronger than logic. Simple example, for example, like food. If you have to resist food, for example, I have a tendency of eating sweet after dinner.
Oh, okay. That's
so small sweet, but I have to have sweet, and I used to have. I've stopped, but it's not a logical decision, right? That it's the worst time to have because I've already had food and this is sugar. I know all the science, okay, and obviously I shouldn't be doing it. But when I go past that fridge which has that chocolate, then it automatically the hand will go and it's just for today or things like that. So you get, your mind fools you and coaxes you and forces you to kind of think because it's so strong. It's much stronger than logic. And hence, if we have the ability to, deal with behavior the right way, especially, when it has to deal with, kind of emotions, and most decisions are emotional decisions. And then we validate it with logic. Often I've seen that people decide on a position, on a job, on an approach. Then they will come back and say, okay, now how do I explain this logically?
The reverse engineering.
Yeah. And so that's how, things are going. So in that sense, obviously this has a big play. Ability to master it or ability to, use it the right way to maximize results is extremely useful. So that would be my take on it. I don't have too much insight on, this particular thing that you are doing, but I would still say that all of them human behavior is largely driven by emotions. The moment we are able to, tune it the right way, the results get much better.
The behavioral economics approach to solving your problem would be to make it difficult for you to get that sweet. So you either don't keep it at home or you keep it in some place where it's painful to reach.
Yeah. So then what I did was I replaced it with something else, which is not sweet, and made it like a raisin and things like that. And then finally, of course, I just completely cut it off. But
natural sugars. Yeah. Cool. Great. So I think plenty of people are really going to get lots of insights. My only worry is that after the video, they might not read the book because they'll say, we've got so many insights in the video itself. So as closing comments, do you want to talk about anything that you felt was really important that we haven't covered so far, or any general closing comments are welcome?